Good evening, viewers. As we all are present after a long time with a discussion, just because a few days we didn't discuss what is the essential of this foreign language. So based on that, today we are trying to make a video session. So, what is exactly the interesting fact? How a person can be more interested to learn in a playway method, or himself or herself, he or she can make interesting?
That is the question. That is the $64,000 question. Because all of us are interested in learning English, but when it comes to learning anything for that matter, not only English, sometimes it becomes a little monotonous. So we start off with much energy, but afterwards, after a certain length of time, when we see that process has become samey or monotonous, we don't feel like proceeding further. Now the question is that how to make learning, especially English learning, more interesting, especially spoken English learning. English learning is not in fact so interesting because of the grammatical part, but when it comes to speaking, we do not worry much about the grammatical nitty-gritty. So how to make it interesting? What is your opinion? First step.
Interest is a very good thing, but it is very much important, also very much crucial also, how a person holds in a container of his mind or her mind. Just because the patience plays a very vital role. At the initial stage, we have found that many people, they are growing the interest or they are into interest, but gradually they cannot hold within themselves this particular fact called interest.
Okay, in our institute actually we follow a certain method, and by following this method we get some positive result, and for that reason I think that that is a time-tested method indeed. The institute has been in existence for last 36 odd years, and for that reason only it can be concluded very safely and fairly that if we follow that method, that interesting method, our learning will never feel very monotonous. So what do you follow generally at our institute? In order to improve your vocabulary, you have to play a vocabulary game. By vocabulary game, I mean, say two partners are asked to play this game, or two teams are asked to play this game. Now, one team gives a certain word, and with the last letter of that word, the other team gives another word. Like this, the game continues, and of course, the word is to be given very promptly. It is not that you will kill time, you will buy time after 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you are coming up with a word, then that game will become very boring. So say for example, you will be given 10 seconds time, and in 10 seconds you have to come up with a word starting with the last letter of the preceding word. And so this way, if we play this game for a certain length of time, we will feel interested in improving our vocabulary on our own. Why? Because we know that in our when we meet, our friends will together play a game, vocabulary game, and today I would like to defeat my opponent. And to defeat your opponent, you need to, of course, have a very strong, sound vocabulary. And when this urge you feel, very normally you start collecting words from different sources. By different sources, I mean from your textbooks, from newspapers, from any English program that you watch on TV or on YouTube, and also you watch movies. You will feel interested in watching movies, English movies, and from the English movies you will come to learn a lot of colloquial words, and you will apply those words, you will use those words when the game is on. So this is a very interesting method. So what do you think about this?
Yes, exactly. I am also, I agree with the fact. So this is not only the thing, the way first thing is that we need to understand, we need to fathom the fact that how we are comfortable in our own vernacular tongue. Individual vernacular tongue, whatever we are flexible, how we grew up, that we need to thrash out in between me and my partner. So if we do so, then exactly in the same manner, a foreign language can also grab. Just because the playway method is the easy method, one of the easiest method where a person can make himself or herself flexible. Just because the word collection, if a person has a lot of informal and the formal words, so the content the person has. Now while the person is asked to serve the material from the individual containers, the person knows which particular material I need to serve. So for that reason, the playback method, I personally feel it is one of the greatest, the interesting factor can be if a person can adopt from the very beginning.
Well, so that's all about the vocabulary. Now, when it is about pronunciation, I think that some incentive we need. Say the instructor or the trainer starts awarding the students a certain score on the basis of their pronunciation, how perfect, how correct, how right your pronunciation is, so whether your pronunciation is lexically warranted or not. If your pronunciation is perfect, then you are going to score a high grade, and that will be your incentive. Now, why pronunciation is very important? Because sometimes, because of mispronunciation, it is very difficult for the listeners to understand what the speaker wants to mean. And I feel that it is very important for us to make our pronunciation very, very perfect. Of course, I'm not saying that we should always be perfectionists, that we have to speak and pronounce each and every word absolutely perfectly, but as correctly as possible, as close as the pronunciation supported by a standard dictionary. For example, I have seen many of my Bengali medium and Hindi medium students pronounce certain words some English words in a certain way, and I understand that there is a problem of MTI. By MTI, we mean the MTI is an abbreviation of mother tongue influence. Now, if you are a Bengali speaking guy, your mother tongue is Bengali, then you feel that when you speak English, your mother tongue has a certain influence on your English pronunciation. Now, we have to remove this MTI, this mother tongue influence. Otherwise, our mother tongue actually comes into sharp contrast or conflict with the English pronunciation. Let us take an example. Most Bengali medium students pronounce the word transparent. But I just try to tell them that, look, if you say transparent, if you pronounce this word singly, then of course people can understand what you mean. But when you are speaking very fast, if you mispronounce English words, your listeners will be very confused. So the pronunciation of the word transparent is not transparent, it is transparent. So if you pronounce accordingly, then you will feel a little charged up when you record your own speech and then afterwards replay that and listen to your own recorded voice. You will feel very charmed. And it is very important for us to enjoy our own speech first. Say, when you are speaking English, if you wait for others to appreciate your English, that's good, that's not bad, of course, but if you get your own voice recorded, say you say something in English and you get that recorded, and afterwards you listen to the recording, then you will see that if the voice in your speech, recorded speech, is not very good, you will not enjoy that. It's not possible for you, and you will say that, oh my gosh, this is the way I speak English. I should immediately try to get rid of these problems. And then you just re-record your speech, and afterwards you hear the recorded speech. Then you see gradually you notice a certain amount of improvement in your pronunciation, in your English, and in your vocabulary. And that will give you the impetus, that will give you the incentive rather. So practice this way. I think that is very interesting.
So exactly the same way, but the fact is that there are many people, those who are most of the time they find themselves on the edge. They are the people, those who feel that no, it is not maybe a cup of tea of ours. But over there, I would like to say one thing, the patience plays a very vital role. Just because whenever we are going to build up something, so-called the experimenting way. So at the time we need not to know how it seems so. Just because the thing is not visible, the thing can be realized, and the thing can be executed. So until unless we will execute, until unless we will realize, so it is not at all possible for us exactly to come up with the thing. So for that reason, the interesting, is there any other fact which one can be kept on this particular discussion?
Yes, let us talk about the schedule we follow at our institute. Now I pronounce the word schedule. It is not that you have to pronounce always schedule, you may pronounce it schedule. The pronunciation schedule and schedule both are correct, of course, so you may follow either. Mostly American people pronounce schedule, whereas the British people pronounce it schedule. So you may choose either. Now, when it comes to speaking, if you are associated with a certain group certain group of people, certain group of students who are interested in learning English, then you can introduce a system of small plays. Say you stage a play. You don't prepare a script. A script is not necessary. One person will play the role of the director, and the person will share a storyline with the teammates, and the members of the team will be cast in different roles, and they will be asked to prepare their own script, prepare their own lines. And now, when you stage that play, the play may not be very long, say half an hour it will take. So during this half an hour, all of you are well aware of your characters, and then you start playing the roles and using, of course, the vocabulary that suits that particular character. If you are given the role of a hooligan, you will not, of course, use the vocabulary that suits a professor. So this way, if you practice speaking English, you will have some interest in learning English, in speaking English, and along with your skill in spoken English, you will also develop some skill of acting. So that is one method.
So now there are most of the people, they have the idea in case of speaking or improvement of the speaking for a person, is play is not that much important. But we have seen that whenever the play comes to play a very pivotal role, and whereas it is most of the people, they means transfer from a good speaker to better speaker. So for that reason, do you feel that apart from the discussion can be on any topic, on that basis, more than that, the play can give a particular candidate or a student or a learner more comfort zone?
I feel when it comes to speaking English, acting in a play is the best method of learning spoken English, quote unquote spoken English. Why? Because there only you get the chance of using conversational method of speaking English. Now, if you participate in a group discussion, you have to use all the formal words there. You stand and somebody asks you questions and you answer the questions, or you just are given a certain topic and you have to speak on that topic at length, and you see that there you don't have much scope to...
you mean a speaker is someone like under the cage or inside the cage?
Exactly.
But a play means out of the cage.
That's right. So moreover, in a play, there are different emotions. Say you are playing a role that needs to show anger. Now, when you are pretending, or you are playing the role of an angry man, you are using the vocabulary that suits the tongue of an angry man, and also fluency matters there, because when you speak very angrily, you need to be fluent. If you are not fluent, if you keep fumbling and mumbling, it's not possible for you to express your anger in English. Therefore, I think that drama is the best mode of learning spoken English.
So we have already shared our valuable opinions with our viewers. So now let's next task should be done by our wise viewers. So now let's see what they all feel and what they are thinking. So if any suggestion comes up, so definitely we will work on that. So we have shared our opinions. So now next part is yours, which we always tell at the end of the session, that till now the viewers, those who have already seen, but they are till now away from the subscription option, so immediately press the button of subscription and leaving a comment, and you should not forget to share it also your near and the dear one.
And press the bell icon, please. Okay? If you do not press the bell icon, then when we upload a video, you will not get the notification instantly. So to get the notification instantly, press the bell icon, and please share your comments, because the comment box looks very lonely, deserted. Why do you allow it to be so? Because you are the viewer, you are my friend, and I'm I should not say that I'm helping you, rather I'm serving you. You have given me the chance to serve you, and for that reason I wholeheartedly thank you, my dear friends. See you again in the next session. Bye bye.